So you may have heard of this topic called uh, theories of everything, or unification of theories in physics, or I don't know how you call it. Idea of like finding a one explanation for everything in reality, or something like that. Um, so on the one hand, you can say that metadimensional, the theory segmented aspects, uh, is uh, is a theory of everything, but I don't think that's what it is, because it doesn't go into the specifics of the kind of that you can expect from a theory of everything. And more than that, I'm saying it's not only that it's not one of them, it's also arguing, explaining why this is not so much a worthy effort. Uh, I mean, insofar as you accept the premise of the theory that experience is fundamental, and that you reject solipsism, although it doesn't affect specifically this conclusion or this line of thought, reasoning, whatever. Um, then you come to the conclusion that everyone, you, me, your dog, exist in an independent private universe, a physical universe, and there are interactions between us, and that's what causes our reality to be coherent. But if we don't do that, then we remain separate, and then we can have different accounts, different versions of physical reality, different laws of nature, or maybe just slight adaptations of them. So you can't really get to a theory of everything, because you can never cancel out the involvement of other experiential agents like you, how they will affect you, because their decisions matter. So you won't get to that theory. You will always have like a portion of it which will be like a unexplained or missing. I mean, you might explain some of it, and then some of it will remain vague, and that's necessary. That's not because you're not actually making progress. Let's say now we have a black dark matter and dark energy that's missing from the universe, and then so now you have all this, and you have physical randomness, and all that stuff gives degrees of freedom within contemporary physics to make it possible for us to for this description of physical reality to agree with that of everyone else. But if you were to demystify that, demystify dark matter, dark energy, physical randomness, then you'd find it in some other place. That's insofar as this theory is correct. You'll find it in some other place, and it's not like you're progressing, just moving it around. Like if you know, like if you ever try to put a shielding on a smartphone, and there's a bubble, and then you move it around, and every time the bubble goes to another place, that's what would happen, because you'd have to give room for experiential agents to make changes to reality, and for that there needs to be something that is uncertain, and something that a theory doesn't cover. So you basically just moving the bubble around. You will never have like a theory of everything, and if you have, it's not going to be correct, or it's going to have like a missing piece. Yes, you can unify whatever sections of the theory that you already have. Let's say, unify perhaps gravity with electromagnetism, or weak force or strong force. Doesn't you may, if you will do that, you will see that something else emerges and that needs explanation, and in the grand scale of things, you will still not have a theory of everything. But you don't really have to The truth is that you don't need, actually need to invoke this theory to argue that. You can just go into Gödel's inconsistent theorems and conclude that incompleteness theorems, and conclude that any explanation for reality, no matter what it is, there will be things in that reality that that theory won't explain, or won't have the tools to explain. So you will never have a theory of everything by definition. I mean, it's a nice thing to look for, but it's not. It's like it's not gonna work.